the HPT.
Sit right down, put on your poker face. You with the big dogs now. Better bring your best game. Talk trash all you want. To me, it's all the same. You won't leave with much when you come in second place. And I'm the one with the stack showing 7 to the jack. Gonna cry to your mama cause I'm sending you back. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand. Last man standing with the money in my hand. I'll be the last man standing with the money in my hand.
Hello everyone and welcome to the HPT. I'm James Larson, joined by professional poker player Maria Ho. This week we're in downtown Fresno, California. Beautiful weather once again here in California. We're at the Club One Casino. Somebody's going to go home as our champion with a whole lot of cash.
You know, we always have so much fun here at Club One, but it's time to get down to serious business. We've had a great turnout, and these are our final 9 players remaining.
Well, Maria, we've got a great cast at the final table here today, and I've heard these guys talking before, and I got a feeling we're going to be in for a real treat. There's a lot of tension between some players like Danny and Aaron, and if things come to a head, I might have to step in and put these guns to use if things get out of hand.
Well, let's hope for your sake that it doesn't come to that, James. I'm looking forward to adding a new member to this elite club of HPT champions.
Unless Aaron Massey wins it, because this will be his second title in the same year. Before we head down to the final table, let's go ahead and see the chip counts and see what everybody's playing for.
First place, lucky 77,700 and change. Second place, just over 48,000. Third place will take home just under 30,000, and every player at this final table is guaranteed to take home $8,640. Our chip leader coming into this final table is Billy Wynn. He's got $1.5 million. Second place is Danny Gonzales. He is just under $1 million. Got a few players on the short stack here, Sean Drake and Mario Sikora.
All right, Maria, blinds 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante. Let's get the cards in the air here from the Club One Casino in beautiful Fresno, California.
Action folds around to Billy in seat 2.
Billy looks down at Queen 4 offsuit.
Billy either likes Ferraris or he owns one. Billy raises to 60,000 with Queen 4 offsuit.
Now over to Jed wearing the blue hat and the sunglasses. He's going to fold. And now on to Danny Gonzales. He's going to fold. Over to Kavork. Not the easiest name to say. I hope I'm saying it right, Maria.
Yeah, we don't like to get people's name wrong here at the HPT, but sometimes they make it a little difficult for us.
That's why I spell my name with a Y and a Z. Pocket aces now for Aaron Massey.
Pretty good hand to wake up with here at the beginning of this final table. And I think Aaron kind of has a reputation for being more aggressive, so people probably won't give him as much credit, which is good when you have aces.
He's going to 3-bet to 170,000 with his pocket aces.
Billy folds to the 3-bet, as does Kavork.
So the winner of the first hand here at this nationally televised table is that man right there, Aaron Massey. Great to be here in Fresno, California. Been an awesome week out here. Want to thank Kyle Kirkland and his entire staff.
Club One's always really good to us. Great hosts.
Well, I like Dee's get up today and all the pink with the hood on and the sunglasses.
I met Dee when I went out to Club One, and she is a fantastic lady. I'm happy to see her at this final table.
Action now to Kavork. He looks down at pocket kings.
I'm Kavork Vorperian. I'm a physician from Glendale, California. This is my first time ever to be in a final table. It's not the money, it's the challenge to be the first.
Some big hands going around early here. He makes it 60,000 to go.
Kavork is a physician. He was born in Ethiopia.
Action folded around to Mario in the big blind, who looks down at ace-6 of clubs, and he started out as one of the short stacks here at this final table. He's only got 10 big blinds. He decides to defend here.
And the flop is ace-4 tray rainbow.
So Mario spikes that 3 outer here against Kavork's kings.
Mario is a correctional officer by day. over 100,000 in career earnings. Kabork gonna bet 60,000 now. Unfortunately for Kabork, Mario outflopped him. 60,000 to call, as you can see by the graphic. I have a raise now.
And Mario does the right thing. He knows he's going to go with this hand. You don't really defend with ace-6 here with 10 big blinds and hit an ace to fold.
190,000 chips for Kabork to make the call.
And unfortunately for Kabork, it's not really that much more for him to make the call, but he knows Mario most likely does have an ace. There aren't really any draws on this board. And Kabork does make the call. Not much he could do here. Mario got lucky to pair his ace on the flop, and now he has to fade one of 2 kings in the deck in order to survive.
Club and flush draw. The kings drawing two cards to improve.
Mario sporting the black shades here at this final table. We go to the turn card now, the 5 of spades.
Just bring some straight. Let's go ahead and see.
And the river card is another 5, so Mario is going to win the hand, double up, to keep his tournament hopes alive. We'll have more exciting poker coming to you from the Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. Don't go too far. You're watching the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson and professional poker player Maria Ho. This week we are at the Club One Casino right here in Fresno, California. Maria, for me, it's always fun to be right here in this city. Always had a great time when we're here.
Yeah, everybody here at Club One is so nice. The staff takes such great care of the players, and I think that's why all of these players keep coming back. Billy Wynn is the chip leader with just under 1.5 million. Aaron Massey, no surprise to see him atop the chip counts as well. He's got just under 1 million. And our short stack is Sean Drake with 9 big blinds.
The action will start with our friend Dee Timmons here in the 1 seat. She's into this event, Maria, for only $360. Dee's going to fold, as does Billy. Now over to Jed Hoffman. His plans for his cash? He's going to invest in some mutual funds. You don't hear that from a lot of poker players, but that's great.
It's a great, smart investment.
And you get to look at your cards all over here.
And then we might be able to slide it over to you so you won't have to.
Jed's cutting out some chips here, looking to raise.
I agree. I see you.
Got over 500,000 in career earnings, and he is going to do just that. He's going to raise it up to 72,000 with his ace-queen.
Danny folds. Kabork looks down at Jack-8 of hearts. And Kabork decides to move 12 big blinds all in. I think that's a little bit on the gambly side. He doesn't have much fold equity against Jed, and obviously Jed has a good hand, and so Jed won't be folding.
And it is folded around now to Jed. I expect him to make the call here, and he's going to do just that. And he's going to find out he's way ahead against Kabork.
And see what both players have. Both cards live. Ace queen versus Jack-8. How do they look back there, guys?
Kabork likes to gamble. We're going to see if it pays off, and the flop is 10-9-5, 2 hearts, so a big, big draw for Kabork. He's got a flush draw, a straight draw. He could hit a pair.
Jed Hoffman kind of looked up and said, how in the heck did that happen? But the ace of clubs now comes on the turn, so Jed's still got to fade many cards here to win this hand and eliminate Kabork.
And the river's the 4 diamonds. Jed looks happy to win this pot after the flop came out the way it did. And Kabork will be our 9th place finisher, taking home $8,640.
Congratulations to Kabork. It was a pleasure having him here at this nationally televised table, coming to you from the Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. Action continues here from Club One, 1530 with a 4K ante.
Danny, no stranger to HPT final tables, looks down at pocket aces from under the gun.
It almost looked like he was going to fold there, Maria. He's kind of putting on the act here early with 8 players left at this final table, but he's going to raise it up to 65,000 with his pocket aces.
I guess he wants to give the illusion that he's making a light open from under the gun. Aaron Massey looks down at pocket 4s and does re-raise him. Makes it 175,000.
Well, I noticed Danny staring Aaron down a little bit there as Aaron 3-bets to 175,000. Chris Taylor's going to fold over to Dee now in the 1 seat. She's going to get out of the way. To Billy Wynn, originally from Vietnam. He's a poker dealer. He looks down at 10-8, and I don't think he wants to get caught up in this mess. Over to Jed Hoffman. He's going to fold.
We bond again.
Danny is starting early with this meta game.
So I'm raising light. Come on.
Danny with the 4-bet now all in because he's not going anywhere.
And Aaron's obviously not going to call a 30 big blind shove with pocket 4s.
Well, he's not going to fold here too quick. Look like a couple of prize fighters here. Look at these two guys.
I know you're doing everything to get me to call you right now.
You can't call. So I guarantee you thought I was raising light. You thought I wanted to fold pre-flop. So I already know when we see the cards on TV, I don't know what you're doing to me. Unless you snap me off right here. But you can't call for your whole stack. You're too good of a player. Let's move on.
All right, let him go. I mean, you can let him go.
The psychological warfare has already begun, and this final table just started.
Wow. Well, score one for Team Gonzales there as he's going to win that pot. And I got a feeling we're going to see some fireworks here at this final table. Blinds are 15,000, 30,000 with a 4K ante, and we will start with Aaron Massey. Looks down at King Trey.
Did he save those?
I think he brought the good one.
He's going to fold.
Good for Aaron for not falling for it, though. Honestly, sometimes you can't let player chatter get into your head. You got to make the right decision. And Aaron knows, it's more important to make the best decision instead of letting somebody talk you into making a bad play.
Sean Drake here is going to shove with ace king of diamonds. It's now folded around to the 2-seat of Billy Wynn.
Billy with pocket 8s is definitely going to call a 9 big blind shove here.
Does it call?
Billy does make the call, 257,000 chips. Now over to Jed Hoffman.
Jed's going to let it go, and now it is Sean's tournament life at risk here with the ace king of diamonds against Billy's pocket 8s.
And the flop is 2 10s and a 5. So Billy's still in the lead here with his 2 pair.
Sean's looking for running diamonds or an ace or a king.
Hey everyone, Sean Drake. I'm from Amador County, California, and I attempt to play this game for a living. I've had kind of a good year and won quite a bit of money, and now I got to look forward to paying the IRS their debt.
Sean Drake, over $1 million in lifetime earnings.
Otherwise, he will be eliminated in
Hoping to keep his tournament hopes alive. River card, another 10. Not going to do it for Sean. A full house for Billy. And Sean Drake is going to be eliminated, going out in 8th place with just over $10,000 in cash. When we come back, more exciting final table action coming to you from the Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson and Maria Ho. We are in Fresno, California, here at the Club One Casino. Up top for your champion, just over $77,000 in cash. But that person gets to call himself or herself an HPT champion.
Billy Wynn is our chip leader with over $2 million. Danny Gonzales has just over $1 million. The rest of our players have under 20 big blinds, with Chris Taylor being our shortest stack with $382,000, which is 10 big blinds.
Blinds are 20-40 with a 5K ante. Action will start with the 9 seat of Chris Taylor. He looks down at 8-6. It's a hand I like to play. It's probably why I'm in the broadcasting booth. He folds, as does D. Over to Billy Wynn.
Billy folds as well, and Jed folds his 9-4 offsuit.
Over to Danny Gonzales, who's going to raise to $100,000 with his ace-king. Aaron Massey folds. Over now to Mario.
Hi, my name is Mario Sequeira. I'm from Hanford, California, and I'm here to take down an HPT title. My strategy is to double at once and run deep.
Mario's got ace queen here and 14 big blinds. So if I were him, I would go all in, and he does do that. Unfortunately for him, Danny has him dominated here.
Let's go. By Danny, okay?
Oh, Danny's excited. Look at this guy. You ever played poker against somebody with as much intensity as this guy?
No, but I do remember from the last final table he made that he is always this intense.
I gotta get over there sometime.
Ace King going up against Ace Queen. Just a bad spot there for Mario. And the flop is Ace Jack for a couple of hearts.
Danny's still well in the lead here. Mario is looking to pair his queen as well to pull ahead.
Mario not happy about this situation. Turn card now. The tray of clubs. Still no help for Mario. He's looking to catch one of the remaining 3 queens to keep his tournament hopes alive. Danny, a 92% favorite. 9 of spades comes on the river. Danny is going to eliminate Mario, and Mario's going to go home with $11,664. All right, folks, 7th place money, $11,000. Mario is a correctional officer with $100,000 in career earnings. Last time he played the HPT, he finished 12th, so he did a little better tonight as he finishes in 7th place. Blinds are $20,000, $40,000 with a $5K ante. Action continues, and we will start with Billy Wynn. He's going to fold.
I'll even call you sometime.
80K.
See how you
Judd
do?
also folds back to Danny, who is going to raise it up here with King Deuce offsuit. And, you know, I don't actually mind this. Sometimes when you have momentum and you've been showing down big quality hands, you can kind of make a light open.
Oh, me.
I have a feeling Danny is just trying to control the table at this point.
But if anybody has anything to say about it, it's going to be Aaron Massey. And Aaron re-raises with King 7.
These guys aren't necessarily playing the cards at this point. I think they're kind of playing each other, which is a big part of professional poker. The re-raise was to $200,000. D gets out of the way, so the action back to the original raiser of Danny. These two, do they look like long-lost buddies to you, Maria?
Well, we saw what happened last time, but Danny had a hand last time. This time he might just let Aaron have it. But not without a good stare down, a good side eye.
Not without a good stare down, indeed. Look at this guy. Now, tell me, Maria, how do you not let this person get under your skin?
Yeah, I gotta say, if Danny is trying to get inside Aaron's head, it may or may not be working, but you gotta give it up to him for trying.
Gonna show the deuce.
He's gonna show.
I got King Dewey. I should have showed you. I'm just playing the game with you.
I know what you got, man. What do you mean? I know what you
You
have.
forgot about the duh.
You told me. Like
The laptop.
the thing is that
I
you give
control
away
this whole thing.
you give away so much.
Trust me, you're gonna have to play a big pot sooner or later.
I have
Whether
a
it's
lot-
with me or somebody, but I'm gonna be right here.
I know, man. I know.
That was one of them. We
So
could've
you
played.
do that all day, and we keep doing this. We'll
Doesn't
find
make
out
any
when I
sense.
have it.
You do it all day. We keep doing this. Okay. It's redundant, but
Like you done it once, I repopped you. You do it again, you won the pot, and we go
I'm
for
just
the next
I'm
one.
trying to show you that I'm going to do it with nothing, so that I
I'm
have it
pretty
next
sure
to
you're
you.
not. I'm pretty sure you're not.
No,
It's a
next
bomb.
time.
Because I'm playing for stacks.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I got
nuts
you.
compared to what I'm
Sorry.
getting.
My new
I don't
fund-
think you are.
My new no. I started Larson. Not you. Not starting you at all.
Feel the love.
It sounds to me like some of the players are trying to play peacemaker here.
All right, the action now. We'll start with Danny. He makes the call with ace 10.
Danny decides to switch it up here, just limps in.
Over to Aaron Massey, who's smiling a little bit now.
Aaron calls right behind him with Queen 10 of diamonds.
Action now on Chris Taylor in the 9 seed. He folds, as does
learned a
D.
lot from you
Timmons.
last time.
D's just not getting anything to play
I
at
don't
this
think you
final
realize what I
table.
learned.
Action over to Billy Wynn, the poker dealer,
body language.
originally from Vietnam.
I doubt with
But I
that
have a
day.
feeling that people kind of just want to let Aaron and Danny go at it. Nobody wants to get in the middle. Billy can't help but do that because he is in the big blind with ace 3.
He checks his option, and the flop comes 8-5 deuce rainbow.
Do the same thing next time.
Billy's flopped a gut shot wheel draw.
Billy's going to bet 75,000 chips.
He's probably thinking both of these players limped. I was in the big blind. I'm going to go ahead and bet this as a semi-bluff.
And look at Danny. Danny wasn't looking at Billy. Danny was looking at Aaron. Both players fold. The winner of the hand is Billy Wynn. His plans for the cash, he told me he wants to buy a new car. He's from San Mateo, California. We'll have more exciting poker coming to you from the Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. Don't go too far. You're watching the HPT. Welcome back to the HBT. It's James Larson and Maria Ho coming to you from the Club One Casino here in beautiful Fresno, California.
Billy Wynn is still our chip leader with just under $2 million. Danny Gonzales real close to catching up to Billy though with $1.8 million. And our two short stacks are D. Timmons with 8 big blinds and Chris Taylor with 5 big blinds.
Your champion tonight will go home with the title and $77,760.
Blinds are $20,000, $40,000 with a $5,000 ante. Jed raises here with pocket fives under the gun.
Oh, 93 was right. Raised to 90 by Jed.
And Chris Taylor with his ace-6 of clubs. He's going to go all in.
I'm from Exeter, California, and I'm the Club One No Limit host here.
D. Timmons is going to fold from the 1 seat now over to Billy Wynn.
Billy's got Queen 9 of diamonds in the big blind.
It's 200, right?
And Billy's going to release his hand, so the action back to the original raiser, Jed Hoffman, and he's going to make the call with his pocket fives.
It's mine.
I think Chris will be pleasantly surprised to find out that he actually has 2 overcards.
The call has been made by the 3 seed.
Chris hasn't played very many hands
well.
here at this final table,
good.
but he's got it all in here now with his ace-6 of clubs going up against Jed's pocket fives.
When you start as the short stack, you're pretty much at the mercy of the hands you pick up.
Flop is King 7.
And the flop is King Jack 7, couple of diamonds.
How you want to see it.
No help to Chris here.
Turn card, another 7. This time the 7 of diamonds.
Chris doesn't have a diamond in his hand, but Jed does, so Chris can't hit an ace or a 6 that's a diamond. And the river is the king of hearts, so that actually counterfeits Jed's pair of 5s. Chris is going to win with ace high and survive.
Unbelievable. Jed's like, what just happened? Had this guy on the ropes. He was almost down the street. No harm, no foul. Jed smiles, shakes it off. James Larson and Maria Ho back here at the Club One Casino, Fresno, California. Action will start with Danny Gonzales. He wakes up with pocket kings.
It's pretty good when you have an image like Danny does as being overly aggressive and you're picking up big hands because people aren't going to give you a lot of credit, meaning you'll probably get paid off a bunch.
Over now to the 9th seat of Chris Taylor.
And Chris wakes up with pocket 10s, and although he just doubled up, of course he's going to go with it this time with 13 big blinds and pocket 10s. Unfortunately, Danny is going to have him crushed here.
Chris with the 3-bet shove. It's folded around to Danny. Danny insta-calls.
Danny does make the call.
Girl, why you frontin'?
And now he's
Baby,
singing.
show me something.
Well, I guess now we know what he's listening to.
Look at Danny. He's working the room.
Why you frontin'? Baby, show me something.
I give you the tail of the tape. Not
Ring on her, and it's all for nothing.
He's got kings, guys.
Danny's a character. Like, I know I've said this. I'm really amused. I genuinely am.
I like it. I think it makes it fun. Come on, we're here playing poker. This is great. Not so great, though, for Chris. As the flop comes out, King, Jack 5, couple of clubs. Danny flops the set.
Danny didn't need a set, but he flops a set, and now Chris needs running outs to make a straight.
Turn card, though, the ace of spades.
Oh, if a queen comes in,
Danny's going to sing through the river. He's like, nope, not paying attention, not listening, not watching.
song is gonna.
Look at Danny. He's already counting the chips.
Chris hits a queen here, but he doesn't. The river's a 7 of spades, so it's not going to do it for Chris here. And, you know, even though Danny acts a little bit brash at times, he's still going to walk over and shake his hand. Good game for Chris Taylor, who's going to take home over $13,000.
It was great to have Chris at our final table. He wanted to say hello to his wife, Missy, his daughter, Becca, and his son, Weston. Chris, congratulations. Great to see you at this HPT final table. Blinds are $20,000, $40,000 with a $5K ante. And the action now will start with D. Timmons.
And D looks down at Queen 10 offsuit in the hijack. And, you know, with 7 big blinds, I would shove that there, but she decides to give it up.
Over to Jed Hoffman. He's going to fold. Now we move on to Danny Gonzales. Danny's going to make the call with King Deuce. Now to Aaron Massey. See if he's going to try to get tricky here with his 7 tray. But instead, he's just going to check his option. So we go heads up, battle of the blinds here. Danny and Aaron. With these two, Maria, anything is possible.
It's always a battle with these two, whether they're in the blinds or not. The flop is king 10-8, 2 spades. Danny has paired top pair, and he checks it over to Aaron.
Aaron bets 40,000. Danny quickly raises to 200,000, and even quicker than that, Aaron mucks his hand. So the winner, Danny Gonzales, stacking more chips to his stack. I just hope we don't see any punches thrown tonight, Maria.
And I honestly feel like Danny's trying his best to goad Aaron into doing something stupid, and Aaron's not falling for it yet. So, you know, a lot of control from Aaron.
We will start with him under the gun with Jack 9. He's going to quickly fold.
all in.
Dee Timmons, she's getting them all in. I love her outfit today. She looks like a rock star. Looks down at King Jack and gets her chips all in the middle.
D's whittled down to 4 big blinds, and King Jack is definitely good enough. However, Jed behind her wakes up with a bigger hand, King Queen. So unfortunately for D, she is behind with her tournament life on the line.
King Queen against King Jack. The flop is 9-6 trade, couple of hearts.
She started a Jack chant, but it hasn't come yet. She's got 2 more streets to get lucky.
She's cheering for the Jack. The turn card is the Queen, but the Queen of Hearts.
That helps D because now D wants a heart.
Heart,
Now
baby,
she's
heart.
having fun.
Heart, baby,
It's the
heart.
biggest payday for her ever playing poker.
Heart.
She has less than 500, and it's a heart, the 5 of hearts. D's not going anywhere.
You scared?
Been coming here for a few years now here at the Club One Casino, and fun is what they're all about. And when we come back, we'll have more exciting final table action. Don't go too far. You're watching the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. It's James and Maria broadcasting this week from the Club One Casino right here in Fresno, California.
And Danny Gonzales is our new chip leader. He's got 2.6 million. Billy Wynn has 2.2 million. Both Aaron and D have around 600,000, and our short stack is Jed Hoffman with 397,000.
It's been such an awesome week out here in Fresno. Maria, for me, this is my 3rd straight week in California. I'm getting used to the weather. I love the people. I may move out here and enjoy the life you have.
Your blood's thinning out. You're getting spoiled by our weather.
Action starts with Jed Hoffman. He folds over to Danny Gonzales. Now looks down at King Jack. He's going to raise to 100,000.
And Aaron is loving the fact that he has Ace Jack behind him. Aaron's only got 17 big blinds. He's surely going to get it in here against Danny. And obviously we've seen their dynamic so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if Danny calls.
And it's a 3-bet shove now for Aaron. D quickly gets out of the way. Billy Wynn's doing the same thing. If you know what's right for you, let these two battle it out and stay out of the line of fire.
And you know, Danny doesn't have a bad hand, but it's not really a hand you call a 17 big blind shove with. However, they are both in late position. Him and Aaron do have this dynamic, and so it'll be interesting to see whether that plays into Danny calling or not.
Danny's looking at his chips. I expect a stare down to happen at any point here.
But I like this. I like how neither player has let their personal banter affect how they're playing their game. This isn't an insta-call by any means. Danny's counting out how much of his stack it'll cost him to play this hand.
And he's going to fold. And a good fold. And Aaron Massey's going to win the hand. So if you're keeping track at home, I think it's about even with Aaron and Danny. But a lot of poker left here. Coming to you from the Club One Casino here in Fresno, California. James Larson and Maria Ho. Maria, I've got to ask you, who do you like to win this thing? It's always a tough question. You don't want to have anybody as your favorite, but who would you put your money on right now?
I'm going to go for the strong silent type, so I'm going to go with Billy Wynn. I mean, he's been playing a solid game. He's got a good chip stack. Obviously, there's some really talented and skilled players at this final table, but I kind of like the control that Billy has shown so far.
Re-raise.
I like Billy, but there's my horse right there. I'm going with D as she re-raises to 300,000.
Aaron opened this pot with eights, making it 210,000. D has ace queen here, and she is effectively committing herself. I think you don't re-raise with ace queen off 14 big blinds to fold.
Show you some respect, D.
Aaron's gonna lay it down. Lays down the pocket eights.
And I think that's Dee's image working for her a little bit. I think Dee's shown herself to probably be a fairly tight player. I don't mind that lay down from Aaron, especially because it'll be over 70% of Aaron's stack as well.
Don't let me down, D. I got you winning this thing. All right, the action continues here from Club 1. And we start with D. Timmons in the 1 seat. Looks down at a unsuited 8-7. She's going to fold. Over to Billy Wynn. Love Billy's glasses. Looks down at 8-6 of hearts. Billy folds. Over to the developer, Mr. Jed Hoffman. Jed folds. To the 4 seat now of Danny Gonzales. Danny looks down at 8-4, makes the call from the small. And Aaron will check his option in the big blind. We go to the flop. It's 2 tens and a jack.
Both players check the flop with 10-10 jack. Turn card.
Both players check. The turn is the 6 of clubs.
Danny checks. Over to Aaron Massey now. Neither player has a piece of this flop. But in poker, it's not about the cards, it's about playing the opponent sometimes. And Aaron's going to do that right now as he's reaching for chips.
Aaron bets 54,000. And as much as these two players like to go tit for tat, I think Danny's just going to let this one go.
Love to see a raise here by Danny. It'd be fun. But I think he's going to wait for a better hand. And that is what's going to happen. Danny's going to fold. And Aaron Massey, Maria, he's going to show the bluff. I think I would do that too. He's throwing a little fuel back at Danny.
Yeah, I think all bets are off here between these two players. Are going to do everything they can to get under each other's skin.
All right, the action now. Jed and Danny fold now over to Aaron Massey with a7.
Playing too tight.
Yeah.
Aaron opens to 110,000 from the button. D looks down at ace-9. I think if I were D, I would move all in here. She has Aaron covered, and she has to take note of the fact that Aaron is raising here from the button. He doesn't have to have a good hand to make this raise.
D seems very comfortable at this final table. She seems dialed in.
Only to you.
Wow, she's going to fold.
I don't think I like that fold from D. I like you, D, but I don't like that fold very much.
Over now to Billy Wynn.
Billy with king 7 of hearts. Looks like he's going to defend at least. And Billy does defend here from the big blind.
And the flop is queen, tray, deuce. And we start with Billy. He's going to check it over to Aaron Massey.
Ralphie's here.
There's Aaron's brother, Ralph. Right behind him to sweat him here at this final table. Aaron's going to bet 100,000, and Billy is going to quickly fold. So Aaron's going to win that hand and continue his quest to win this HPT championship here in Fresno, California at the Club 1 Casino. We'll be back with more exciting final table action. You're watching the HPT. Welcome back to the HPT. James Larson and Maria Ho coming to you from downtown Fresno, California, here at the Club 1 Casino. 72 degrees and sunny all day. And Maria, we're seeing a lot of exciting poker action tonight.
And our chip leader is still Danny Gonzales. He's got 2.2 million. Billy Wynn has just under $2 million. And our short stack is Jed Hoffman, who has $617,000.
Want to thank everybody here at the Club One Casino, Kyle Kirkland and his entire staff. They always treat us so well out here in Fresno, and it's good to be back here at Club One Casino. Action will start with Jed Hoffman. He's going to fold. Danny Gonzales gets out of the way. Now over to Aaron Massey. Aaron's grabbing some chips to raise. He's going to do just that, raise it up to $115,000 with King 6 of clubs. Over to Dee now in seat number 1. She looks down at Ace 6 of hearts. And Maria, to me it seems like Dee and Aaron have a very friendly relationship here at this final table.
Well, Dee's been friendly with everybody. I think that's just her personality, but there are no friends at the poker table, and Dee needs to stop folding hands like this to Aaron's button raises.
Over to Billy Wynn now. He's happy. He looks down at 2 jacks, pocket jacks, for the 2 seat of Billy Wynn. Expect a 3-bet here, Maria, from Billy?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Aaron Massey is raising off of 20 big blinds, so to Billy, I don't think there's any point in slow playing this. I think since Aaron's raising off of 19 big blinds, if I were Billy with jacks, I would just 3-bet, get it in with him. No real reason to slow play against that stack size.
Billy very deliberate with all his decisions here at the final table. Very consistent with that. Reaching for chips.
If Billy had aces or kings, then maybe I would consider slow playing, especially because Aaron has been opening a lot in late position. But, you know, a hand like jacks is a little bit vulnerable, and you could also get Aaron to get it in with worse pairs.
Every decision so important, too, at this final table. There's a lot of money on the line. Up top, $77,760. Well, Billy is going to 3-bet to $290,000. Over to Aaron now.
290.
Not real happy about that. And he's going to go ahead and lay it down. So the winner of the hand, Billy Wynn, the poker dealer, who was born in Vietnam. And like a lot of poker players, we ask, what are you going to do with the money? Well, he wants to buy a new car. It's just a matter of what kind of car it's going to be, I guess, to where he finishes here at this nationally televised final table. Blinds are $20,000, $40,000 with a $5K ante. Club One Casino, Fresno, California.
Dee Timmons is first to act here. She looks down at 10-6 of spades.
Dee is so excited to be at this nationally televised final table. She was nervous in the interview. She was having fun, smiling. She's got friends in the audience. So happy that Dee made this final table. Over to Billy Wynn now. He looks down at Jack 10 of diamonds.
Action's on Billy. Billy's going to raise to 100.
He raises to 100,000. Jed folds.
Danny folds his hand.
Now Aaron Massey looks down at King Queen from the big blind.
This might be a chance for him to get all his chips in the middle.
Yeah, Aaron has 17 big blinds, so he's just thinking, is he ahead of Billy's opening range here?
I think Aaron's also happy that his nemesis, Danny Gonzales, isn't in the hand.
Aaron has 2 options here. He could either move all in, or he could just call and play post flop. Obviously, if you knew that Billy had Jack 10 of diamonds, he would go all in. But Aaron doesn't know that, but he still moves all in. And I don't think Billy can call. Jack 10 suited is a pretty hand, but you're not really going to call 17 big blinds with it.
Billy Wynn doing the math in his head, trying to figure out if he should make this call, but I think you're right, Maria. He's going to have to lay this down and wait for a better hand to try to knock out Aaron Massey.
Aaron's not the type of player that you want to double up unnecessarily. Although I'm sure Danny would like to see him gone.
That's 7 more.
Billy's going to let this go. I think he just wants to give it a little bit of time. He doesn't really want Aaron to think he could just push him around either.
And he is going to fold, so that man right there, Aaron Massey, going to win that hand and continue his quest here to be our newest HPT champion. All right, well, it's now time to step aside from this final table to bring you a little segment we call A Poker Life with Doyle Brunson. And Maria, a very interesting story this week as Doyle talks about his first time to jail.
I was at the Owl Club, I think the name of it was, and we were out there, we were having a few drinks, looking around, looking for girls. The police broke in, arrested everybody in the place, you know, and they took us to jail, threw us in jail. I'd never been in jail before, and so I gave them a false name. So they kept me there it was on a Friday, they kept me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And finally they called me in and they said, your name is Joe Smith or whatever I put down? And I said, yes, sir. He said, no, it's not. I said, you're Doyle Brunson. We checked and found your military records, and we want to know what you were doing out there. I said, well, what do you think I was doing out there? I was looking for girls. What do you think I was doing? He said, well, that's a drug place. Didn't you know that? And I said, no, I had no idea. I said, I don't do drugs. And he said, well, go on, but you stay out of places like that. I went out and I walked up the steps, and so helped me that the dean of men from my university, Hardin-Simmons, he was walking down, and I walked up and ran right into it. I mean, I was never so embarrassed in my life. I just looked at, what could you say? I just looked at him, and I turned around and walked away.
Welcome back to the HPT. It's James Larson and Maria Ho broadcasting from downtown Fresno, California, here at the Club One Casino.
Our chip leader is still Danny Gonzales with $2.4 million, Billy Wynn with just under $2 million, and Aaron Massey has climbed back to just under $1 million, with our short stack still being Jed Hoffman with 9 big blinds.
Only 5 players remain here at this nationally televised final table, and our winner will go home with the title and $77,760. It's just kind of a number that's got a nice little ring to it.
Blinds are still $20,000, $40,000 with a $5K ante.
Action continues, and we will start
Pressure.
under the gun with Billy Wynn. He's going to fold his Jack 9.
Jed folds 7-3 offsuit. Not the hand he's looking for when he's short.
Danny Gonzales is going to raise to $100,000, because why wouldn't you with Queen 4 offsuit?
D. Timmons, King Jack offsuit in the big blind. You could do it, girl.
Come on, D.
Put all the chips in the middle.
Come on, D.
100.
Said it before, I like her look. I like the pink, the headphones, the shades. She's representing herself real well at this final table.
Hopefully from our mouth to her ears. You could do it. 15 big blinds. Danny raising on the button.
D's just making the call there.
The reason I don't like this when you have 15 big blinds is because you're putting in some of your short stack in, and when you don't hit the flop, what are you going to do but check fold? Obviously, we could see that Danny has flop top pair here, but if Danny doesn't flop anything and D doesn't flop anything, she's just going to get this pot stolen from right under here.
And just like that, Danny outflops her. She checks. He bets $100,000. And I can see her folding here. And unfortunately, she didn't shove their pre-flop because the hand would be over, and she would have been the winner probably.
Surely, if D had shoved before the flop, then Danny would have folded, and she would have picked up Danny's raise and the antes and the small blind. A lot of chips out there that she's leaving on the table.
Talked about it before. She's into this thing for $360. She's going to go ahead and fold. The winner is Danny Gonzales.
And I think sometimes when you have less invested, that's even more of a reason to just go for it. You're getting such a good return on your investment already. You got to stay aggressive.
I've spent some time with Danny off the felt, and even though he likes to intimidate players at the final table, he's really a great guy. He's a nice person to talk to, and he's just got to have that table demeanor, and I don't fault him for that. My table demeanor is I just talk all the time and do a lot of raising and folding, unfortunately.
Blinds are up to $25,000, $50,000 with a 5K ante. Aaron folds. Over to D here. She folds. Billy folds.
Action on Jed Hoffman.
Jed goes all in for his 8 big blinds with ace-3 of clubs. Unfortunately for him, Danny wakes up with a huge hand in the big ace-queen of hearts. You know, it's just really worked out for Danny so far that when somebody has a big hand, he has a bigger hand, and when Danny doesn't have anything, people just fold against him.
That flop is Jack 10-7, couple of hearts. Danny in real good shape.
And Danny was already ahead to start the hand, but now he's flopped a royal flush draw. But the turn is a 3 of diamonds. Yikes, Jed pairs his 3, but Danny still has chances to win this pot and eliminate Jed.
Danny takes the earbuds out, sits down, waits for the river card. River card is the 8 of diamonds, so Jed's going to double up with that 3 on the turn.
Jed knows how lucky he just got, but a lot of people in poker say they'd rather be lucky than good.
Royal flush draw. That's absurd.
Danny playing great poker on tonight's final table, but that hand right there, a little bit of a cooler. All right, Maria, well, that's all the time we have for tonight's episode, and I've been thoroughly entertained here at this final table coming to you from the Club One Casino.
You know, watching this for the first time, I've got to say, every single time something happens, I'm like, okay, I want more, I want to see more. And I'm just so excited by the enthusiasm that all of these players are showing. You know, Dee's very, very happy to be here. You could see that written all over her face. And I feel like this is what poker is about.
We're having a lot of fun here on the HPT, and if you want to join in the fun, check us out online at hptpoker.com. All year we crisscross the country, so pick an event that's close to you, or just get on an airplane, fly out, and see Maria and myself, and who knows, maybe you'll be playing right here at this nationally televised final table for the unreal cash. That's our show for tonight. She's Maria, I'm James, and we'll see you next time on the HPT.